Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am here today with Denise.
Hello.
And Denise is a fitness instructor and a busy mom to a toddler. And we're here today to talk more about the way we are adapting our businesses online. And Denise will be sharing her experience over the last few months and how she has pivoted and adapted in these situations so that she can continue serving her clients and still maintain her business during the pandemic and lockdown. So Denise, maybe you can say a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. So I run my own personal training and fitness studio. I work with clients on a one-to-one basis, and I also was doing group classes as well at the studio also. I had a couple of services that were also online, but I found my business was more pushed forward by working more on a one-to-one basis. People enjoyed more coming to see me directly rather than going down the online route. I specialize in body weight training as well as hormonal balance for weight loss. So it's a different kind of aspect, different kind of training, and people get different results. So for me, with my clients, I don't just go into calorie intake and trying just to burn calories at the same time and considering the food that we eat. I go a little bit deeper into their lifestyle, and we also dig a little bit deeper into their hormones also. So I find that very interesting at the same time. I've been in the industry for over 16 years now. I studied and first got qualified in Australia. And then also, besides working in Malta, I also worked and studied in London at the same time. So I was getting a lot of experiences and different learnings from quite a few places also. So I found that really beneficial too.
That's awesome. I really like, I'm very interested in the way you work with hormones and how important this is actually, because I think it's something that we often, generally speaking, overlook, and hormones are very important in our body and could be affecting us in many ways. So just to give some context, like what was...
I find a lot of clients...
Yeah, sorry, there's a bit of a delay over there.
No, I just said I find a lot of clients, they kind of come to me and they tell me, that they've been exercising or they've reduced their calories, but they're not losing weight. They're not seeing the results that they want. So they don't realize how important and how much the hormones actually control our system in the body as well.
For sure. That's really interesting. And just to give context, like what was your situation like with your business pre-lockdown, pre-pandemic, or pre-corona, let's say?
Sure. So basically, as you said, I have a toddler, I have a 1-year-old. So I wasn't exactly working full time as in my business. I was working around 25 to 30 hours a week in my business and keeping up with my little one. So this was all before the corona and the epidemic hit. I had time both in the studio where I was working some mornings, even Saturday mornings on the weekend, and also 1 or 2 evenings also. And my little one was also attending childcare at the time. So I also had time to kind of do the admin work, sit down at the desk. So not just being in the studio, but also getting the admin stuff done and being online, getting the social media and the marketing and all that done, keeping peace and quiet at home as well. So, because I find when you're running your own business, it's not just when you're working with the clients, but there's also behind the scenes stuff that you have to take care of and have to take into consideration also. So that as well takes quite a bit of time too.
Definitely.
And then
Definitely. And then everything changed. So exactly. So how has it changed? How has it impacted you? And more, I mean, maybe it's common knowledge to everyone how this can be impacted, but how have you adapted and pivoted to continue serving your clients in this period?
So in the beginning, it was very stressful and overwhelming. I kind of felt that in the beginning I had to think of my family first and serve my family first kind of thing, and prepare for all that, because my son couldn't go to childcare anymore. So he was at home with us. My partner works full time. He wasn't affected at all by this because he was working at home, still did his hours. So he had to concentrate on his work. My clients had to adapt as well. You know, they were anxious, they were scared, they weren't sure what was going on, they weren't sure what was happening with their jobs. So I think everyone kind of took a step back kind of thing, just a break to kind of deal with it,
Like
accept
reflect.
it,
Yeah.
you know, acknowledge it, reflect everything. And even I in the beginning, because you feel so overwhelmed and you're trying to, you know, prepare everything, you kind of have your energy. I could only attend to one thing, and that was like being at home and handling my little one and my family. Then I from then on, I had about two clients. They were moved their own work online, and they were like, "Oh, can we keep seeing you and working out with you online and everything?" So I first started off just with those two clients, where I was like, "Okay, you know, this is just 1 or 2 hours a week. I can handle this. My little one, that's okay." And I started seeing them. From there, I got over, you know, the first fear of going online, because I think one of the big issues we have going online is, boom, the camera. Seeing ourselves in front of the camera, having to adapt to the camera, having to learn how to work out Zoom and everything. So I felt comfortable because, you know, they were my clients, they were with me for a long time. So I felt more at ease, and you kind of take it as practice kind of thing. And then from there, I was seeing, you know, other people moving their classes online, and their training sessions, you know, going large in big groups, taking it online. So then I kind of took the leap from there, and shifted and started doing just one class a week, and just kind of building it up slowly, slowly from there. And then I also had some corporate companies who reached out, and they wanted to do something like a corporate fitness for their own employees, which I thought was brilliant, which I thought was great. In a way to kind of keep their employees socializing together, especially ones who might be at home alone or feel lonely, or as a way just to keep both mentally and physically in a healthier way during this time. So then it kind of just snowballed, and everything kind of evolved, and everything kind of I just took everything step by step, and let it all evolve, and I just took it at my own pace kind of thing as well. And then between me and my partner, we kind of set times and hours where, you know, during his lunch break, I could do a class, where he could take him, or if he's still with me. And we were just building out and scheduling out the hours, and just made it work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, the fear of getting in front of the camera, the fear of putting yourself out there, the fear of using technology, which doesn't always work in our favor. I mean, these are real issues that I have experienced also. You've mentioned, and I think everyone I'm talking to kind of goes through this. But like, do you agree that once you actually do it once, twice, it becomes normal, it becomes second nature? And
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, the first time I did like a corporate session, because it was with a group of people I never met before. I didn't know them, so I was really nervous, and thinking, you know, I've been doing this for so long. Why all of a sudden I'm nervous? And then once we did the first class, it was fine. Everything was cool. Everything was brilliant. I got really great feedback, and from there I just calmed down. So after the first one, the first nerves, you get over that, then everything's completely fine, to be honest. So it's just until you take that first jump and that first leap. And
exactly.
I mean, you can also practice if you want. You know, if you want to jump on, record yourself, or have your own private meeting on Zoom, and just kind of check out the camera and see that everything's working, or maybe, you know, do it with a friend or a family member, just to test everything out, and the sound and everything. And you're not going to get everything right in the beginning. So I was kind of also on Facebook, I was a part of some like personal training groups, and a lot of trainers were sharing tips on what they were doing. So that's another good thing with the whole online and in these Facebook groups, is because people are asking questions, other people are giving advice. So someone else's question might be something you're wondering, or when someone else offers some advice. I was learning tips about Zoom, and with regards to the music and how we're going to incorporate music in the classes. So I was picking up some tips and everything from there, which was really cool. But at the same time, someone reminded me that what works for me might not work for someone else. So give it a few times until you find your way, until you find your system. For example, I found that until I scheduled out everything and kind of figured out even the whole payment links and the payment systems and all that. What works for one trainer didn't exactly work for me. So after one or two tries, hey, you know, if you need to change or rearrange something, people are, and especially your clients, they're going to understand that we're all trying to offer a service at the same time. So a little technical difficulties, if they come up, it's okay. Or if you change your structure, it's okay also. So we're all learning at the end of the day. So don't be afraid of that, or don't be scared if you need to change something.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, this is a really important message, that this is a learning curve for most of us, and it's also a learning curve for your clients. So it's important to have that understanding, that mutual understanding and respect, to like allow the space to grow in whatever way it needs to grow. And I think that's quite beautiful as well, that that you found support and tips, so that, you know, in groups, I think that's really important. Engage in groups, listen to what other people are doing, see what's working for them, try it for yourself, try it a few times so that you can see if it's really for you or not. Like not to give up on the first go, actually, because
Yeah,
things don't always work the way you want it on the first go. So I really believe in like just giving a chance, you know, allowing yourself to practice in one way, and eventually you'll find your own system that really works for you and your clients.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So how do you see this, the space that you have got yourself in now, the space that you are growing, which is a virtual space, which is online? How do you see this growing in the future? How do you see it as a temporary solution, or do you see it more as something that can be long term and can support like your offline activities? What is your vision now that you've actually started?
Well, to be honest, I think one of my goals for my business was always to kind of have a online stream, have a kind of income that was coming from an online basis. I think it also really helps and works well for moms who are trying to juggle their business at the same time as have a family. So deep down in the back, I always wanted to push on that and emphasize on that. But I felt I was always coming up against my own blocks. So I had my own hurdles when it came to that. So whether it was being afraid of the camera, whether it was being scared to go live, being scared of what am I going to say, how am I going to connect with them. So at the end of the day, I think to myself, okay, there's an epidemic going on, but I've overcome these hurdles. It's pushed me a little bit farther. I've learned a little bit more, and now my business is growing in a new way. I also had some online products. So I used to get a lot of moms telling me, I don't have time to go to a gym. I don't have time to come to a studio. There's too much running around. You know, by the time I come to your studio, park, do the session, go home, shower, you know, it's 2 hours of my time. I don't have that, you know, the time is always an issue. So I said, okay, let's make it easy for moms. And I developed a product which was called Fitness for Busy Moms, where they don't have to come to my studio. They don't have to schedule according to my time, but they can train and log on online at their own time. So I had everything prepared. Everything was set for them. They just log on. So if they want to do it, wake up, you know, half an hour before the kids and do it in the morning, whether they want to do it while the children were napping, they could schedule at their own time and their own pace. So this, I always had trouble. I made it, I loved it as a product, but I kind of had trouble getting it out there. I was still finding the people were telling me, I prefer to come see you. It's more dedicated when I come see you. I'm more motivated. But now this is giving me the opportunity to kind of push that product, get the products out there, and also push some other programs and products that I had in mind as well, bringing it online. So now that online training has become more of a thing, it's helped me kind of grow the business in a different direction and in a different way as well. So I think that was really good about it. For the future, I mean, trying to be realistic, I still, you know, maybe, I don't know, in a month, 2-3 times, I might get back to one or training. Depends on the regulations that the governments give us. But however, I still feel that group classes, there's still going to be that social distancing. It's still going to be something you have to be careful of. So I still think that maybe down the line, I'll be doing one-on-one training in my studio, but online classes will still have to take place on an online platform through Zoom. So I'm kind of thinking that way ahead, where I'll still get to work one-to-one, but I think online with the groups is something that's going to be staying for quite a while. And now when people get used to it, you know, they work out, get it done at home, and then boom, straight in the shower. They're going to realize how much time it saves them. No issues with traffic, no issues with parking. You know, they're comfortable in their own home, and they might feel less intimidated at the same time because they're not working out with other people, you know, who are, you know, they feel is more fit than them.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way, and it's a good future, not only for us, the businesses, but also for other clients as well. So you can look at it from their point of view and the benefits that they gain from it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am one of those people who most of the time I wouldn't show up at the class just because of the hassle of getting there. So the fact that I can have access online, you know, just, you know, prepare myself 5 minutes before, and, you know, 15 minutes after the session, I'm done, I'm showered, and I'm back into my life, like whatever I was doing, then for me, that's gold. And so I'm sure there are many people like me who appreciate this. What I really love about what you said is that you're strategizing it in a way so that you can build various online products that serve your different clients and your different groups of people. And I think this is the way you should be seeing an online business, where you move away from exchanging time for money, but, you know, filling up your diaries, like filling up your your diary with classes, but you're actually going into products that can be sold. Is my connection bad?
Exactly.
I think my connection is getting unstable.
Just cutting off just a little bit, but you're getting back. It's fine.
Okay. We're having some more connection issues.
From my end, you seem okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It seems to settled. I've settled.
Yeah, the way I is that, like, you can also help, like, you can grow your community, you can grow your client list, you can help people that don't just live in your country, they live abroad, they live somewhere else. So, and at the same time, that's something I found that as a mom, I wanted to do more hours at work, I wanted to help more people, but I was really limited. I was like, okay, I've only got those 20 hours in the studio and I can't do more than that. But I want to get out there and I want to help more people. So with the online products, it's a brilliant way to do so, because anyone on social media, see what you have to offer, and then from there, you know, buy your product, and you've got kind of that online income stream coming in as well at the same time.
Definitely. In fact, this is part of the program, part of my program, where I help yoga teachers develop their product and take their clients on different journeys with them. So, and as you said, reaching out to new clients across the world, and not being limited by space or by time. So I think, yeah, the potential of this can be quite big.
For sure. No, for sure, definitely.
What I hear people like also kind of fearful or confused about, they feel stuck, is when it comes to like creating content and actually like putting your knowledge and your skills down into a product, you know. So people find that weird, like, what do you mean? I'm not a product, I give a service, I give knowledge, so how do I make a product out of that? And how have you like gone through that process of creating products from your skills and from your knowledge? And what tips will you give to others?
So what I found was that you kind of have to ask your clients and get feedback, but also you're always going to hear, as trainers, you're going to hear something that's recurring. You're going to hear recurring issues, recurring problems. So in my case, it was the moms complaining they have no time to train, they have no time to exercise. So from there, I was like, okay, how can I help them handle this issue? How can I help them achieve and get what they want at the same time by working with me? How can I make it feasible for them as well? Because even as moms, they might feel they can't afford to spend money, paying me for a one-to-one session kind of thing. Also, they might enjoy more of a group environment because they might connect with other moms, for example. So when you kind of pick up the issues and the problems that people are having, you can from there think to yourself, okay, how can I help people overcome this and resolve this? I also kind of picked up what was something that was most popular. So uh, before I had my son, one of my most popular classes was legs, bums, and tums. It was the most popular class of the week, and everyone wanted to come to it. So I said, okay, why not make an online program called Legs, Bums, and Tums and film myself doing the class by myself without my clients, just film my legs, bums, and tums session. That way, again, someone can log on. If they can't make it to my Wednesday class, they can log on and from there access the class and work out with me on video anyway. So
Exactly.
I was picking up what was most popular, picking up other people's problems, and then from there also you can also ask yourself, what do I have to offer? What makes me different to other trainers? And in fact, now I'm in the process of trying to create an online portal, an online program with regards to the hormones. So my next challenge is kind of, okay, let's turn this hormone thing into an online system and an online program for them, so I can connect with more women and more people and help them out from there. So yeah, just picking up these little ideas and little things, and what you specialize in, what you have to offer, is a great way to kind of connect. But if you ask them, I'm pretty sure that your clients will give you great feedback also as to what they need and what they're looking for.
That is for sure. That is like the most important thing, listening in and asking your clients for feedback, and really just even just building that, the importance of building that relationship where you have a trusted space where they can open up to you. This will really help create exactly, or establish exactly what they need, and build your services to really help your clients through whatever it is that they're struggling with. And and this is where people will start knowing you to be an expert in that field, and the word of mouth is the most powerful form of marketing, and this is really where it's at.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This is really good. Really good insight, really effective, really powerful insight that I'm sure will help many people who are on the fence or who are just starting out and not really knowing where to take this forward. I understand that many people would see this just as a temporary solution, but maybe they have not yet explored the potentiality or the possibilities that is out there for them and within their niche, within their expertise. So fantastic points that you've brought up today, Denise. Thank you so much. Is there anything you would like to add to what we discussed?
So I would like just to let people know that it's it's okay to go at your own pace and take your time with it. Whether you feel that today you're having an anxious day and you just can't handle work, that's okay. You can pick it up the day after. Whether you feel you have to kind of spend that time with your family, take that time and then focus on the business. Just listen to yourself, because you don't want to be doing something that's coming out by force, because people will pick up on that. You don't want to be doing something where if you're feeling frazzled and overwhelmed, your energy is not there, your clients are going to feel that. So it's better off just to kind of take a step back, take the time you need, and go for it when you're ready to. Also, don't compare yourself to other people. I think that's something I struggled with. I saw other trainers that were, going online, going online before me, doing their classes online. And, I thought they were doing really well, exactly. And I'm panicking, and, then I'm panicked, and my little one gets stuck on that energy, and it just turned into a bad day. So don't compare yourself to others. If you need to, unfollow, stop looking at that social media, and don't compare, because your struggles are not the same as another person's struggles. I thought to myself, how can I compare myself to another trainer. If the other trainer doesn't have kids and is handling, you know, toddlers or homeschooling or whatever, when I'm trying to run a business and handle a child at home. So it's no point in comparing what the other trainer is doing, comparing to me. Forget it. So yeah, just don't compare yourself to others. It's your journey, it's your way, and at the same time, just remember that you have something special to offer. Your clients work with you because they like you, they connect with you, they enjoy what you have to give, and they enjoy your service and what you have to offer. So try and remember that, you know, they might try someone else's session, or but at the same time, they're always, I kind of find that clients kind of circle back to me when you know, they want that particular type of training, or they find they enjoy it and they enjoyed it more. You know, everyone has likes and dislikes, so people will connect to you and be with you for a reason. So just focus on yourself and kind of just forget what's happening on the outside. That way, then, you know, you can give you and your business 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so important. That's so true, to just tune in and just appreciate where you are. It's fine. It's a progress. And I always encourage people to look at other people and see what they're doing, so that you can check what is being successful, learn from other people's mistakes. You know what is possible and what's not. But just always remember that your chapter, they might be on chapter 20 and you're starting on chapter 1, so don't expect the same results, and don't compare yourself in that way. And always remember that that person who's on chapter 20 started from chapter 1 also. It's a journey, and you just need to respect where you are right now, and just honor that space that you're growing, and take it easy. I have that thing also of always trying to compare myself with other people and get carried away, and that's just a waste of time, because the overwhelm just sets you backwards instead of forwards. So
exactly. And then all the mind monkeys come in up in here, and they just tell you can't do it, or you're not doing it right,
you're not good enough, you're not like them, you're not seeing. Okay, thank you so much for that, Denise.
Welcome.
I think our connection is getting unstable again.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I wish you success in your online and offline. Hope to see more from you. And thank you for contributing and always being around and supporting. It was a pleasure meeting you and seeing you again.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thanks
a lot. Thanks.